Today we're going to talk about athletic aging. As an orthopedic surgeon who specializes in sports medicine, I take care of many athletes from youth all the way up to the oldest of the old. And what I've seen over the years is that people who have been highly active and excelled in their sport or activity, we put out weekly videos on a variety of topics related to orthopedics and sports medicine. They want to continue to do that as they age, but often they find that they lose their edge. They lose their ability to do the things that made them great in their sport. Unfortunately, that's just a fact of life. We cannot stop the aging process. As we age, we lose muscle mass and we lose bone density. And the best way to combat that is to lift weights. You might need to cut back a little bit on the calories. This doesn't mean that you can skip a healthy diet, but sometimes it's hard to get all the nutrients that you need from food alone. A multivitamin will ensure that you are getting the basic vitamins and minerals that you need to stay healthy. When we're young, we think that we're invincible and we can push through anything. Sleep is when our bodies heal and repair themselves. It's when we build muscle and bone. So make sure that you're getting enough sleep. Most adults need 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. So make sure that you're getting that. And if you're having trouble sleeping, see your doctor. But by working on our weaknesses, we can become well-rounded athletes, and that well-roundedness will help us excel in our sport. There could be an underlying medical condition that needs to be treated. We all get so caught up in performance and results that we forget that the reason we started playing sports in the first place was because it was fun. Again, if you like this sort of content, please subscribe down below. And if you'd like to ask me your personal questions about sports medicine, orthopedics, nutrition, training, anything like that, you can become a patron on a website. The link is down in the description below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. So remember to enjoy yourself. Remember why you fell in love with your sport, and don't forget to have fun. But as we age, we need to learn to listen to our bodies and give them the rest they need. Chronic overuse injuries are a common reason that athletes have to stop playing the sport that they love. As humans, we're very adaptable, and we can get stronger and improve our endurance if we expose our bodies to different types of training. So for example, if you're a runner, try adding in some hill sprints. So work on that. Or if you're a soccer player and you're great at defense, work on your offense. Another way to look at it is to think about the skills that are important for your sport and make sure that you're spending enough time developing each skill. Don't neglect any one area. If you're a cyclist, try adding in some mountain biking. If you're a swimmer, try adding in some open water swimming. By incorporating variety into your training, you'll be able to maintain your edge and prevent your body from adapting to the same routine. So make sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard and that you're giving your body the time it needs to recover. Calcium and vitamin D are very important, especially for bone health. Protein powder can be a good way to increase your protein intake if you're having trouble meeting your needs through food alone. But now I want to talk about some more advanced strategies that can help you maintain your edge and keep you from losing what made you great in the first place. Omega-3 fatty acids are anti-inflammatory and can help reduce joint pain and inflammation. And glucosamine and chondroitin are natural substances that are found in our joints, and they can help support joint health. You definitely want to focus on eating healthy foods, protein, fruits, vegetables, whole grains. You want to cut back on processed foods, sugary drinks, things like that, because at the end of the day, you're only as good as your training and nutrition. So I recommend that everybody, regardless of what their sport is, incorporate a strength training regimen into their routine. For most people, it's about 2 to 3 times a week. Make sure that you're working all the major muscle groups. And again, do this in a smart way. Start slow, work your way up. If you're new to it, make sure you have good form. Don't try to lift too much weight and injure yourself. So for example, if you're an avid runner, it's important to understand that as you age, your bones are going to become more brittle and you're going to now have a higher risk of getting a stress fracture. Your joints are going to wear and tear more. And so you need to make sure that you're training appropriately for your age group. That means that you may need to cut back on your mileage a little bit. It may mean that you need to add in some cross-training so that you're not putting repetitive pounding on your joints, but you're still maintaining your cardiovascular fitness. We cannot prevent our joints from wearing and tearing over time, but what we can do is make sure that those changes don't hold us back from doing the things that we want to do. And so today we're going to talk about how to prevent that and how to maintain your vitality and performance as you get older. If this is a topic that interests you, please subscribe down below. So when we think about aging, there are really the different aspects to it. One is chronological age, which is simply how old you are. And then there's functional age, which is how old your body is in terms of its function and its performance. And we can actually change our functional age. We can make ourselves functionally younger by being proactive with the right behaviors and the right training. So let's start off with some basics. No. One is to accept that there will be changes in your body as you age. One way to do that is to be smart about how we train. Another thing that's really important is to incorporate strength training into your routine. Also, remember that as you age, your metabolism slows down, so you're not going to be able to eat the same way that you used to now. In addition to these lifestyle modifications, there are also some supplements that I recommend for most people over the age of 40. The first one is a multivitamin. Now, if you're interested in learning more about supplements, I'll link to a video that I did previously where I go through all the popular supplements and talk about whether they rate worth taking or not. Next, you want to get enough rest and recovery. Another important aspect of recovery is sleep. Alright, so these are some of the basic things that you can do to stay in shape as you age. The first one is to incorporate variety into your training. Next, you want to work on your weaknesses. Everybody has weaknesses, and we tend to gravitate towards the things that we rate good at and naturally enjoy. For example, if you're a basketball player and you're great at shooting, you might not be so good at handling the ball. And finally, don't forget to have fun. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.